Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair!
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Rise and grind, wanna show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, 'cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Boom. Wake up, wake up. Rise and grind, morning show.
Oh yeah, yep. You already know what time it is. Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. This is what we do every Monday through Friday, like Scudo. She didn't cue me where I was supposed to be. Shout out to the Delulus of the world. Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. She ain't gonna give it all applause. She's the queen of the Lulus. Okay.
Yeah, because you the Delulu.
All right. And the other voice that you're hearing is none other than Cam. There you go.
Yes, gotta stand up for the sister girls.
Yeah. Sister girls. Nah, y'all don't know if y'all sisters, misters. So, fellas, check the Adam's apple. Check the Adam's
That's
apple.
why I worked.
But they are women here.
The women's.
The women's.
Women's.
Oh my God. I don't know what the hell. Yeah. As you get older,
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine?
Would you be mine?
There you go. So Chanie don't know that's from. So it's called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Oh,
Chanie.
yeah, I remember that.
No, you the hell you
I
know.
do. He used to have the cardigans.
Cardigan sweater.
Yeah. I remember that.
You're right.
In the neighborhood. Mm-hmm.
Get jiggy with it. Hey.
She knew that before she knew Friday.
That is true.
That's crazy.
Because I did used to watch PBS. My man was on PBS.
You know, that was the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
We didn't have nothing else to watch.
Yeah.
More parents should let their children watch PBS. Channel 62 is still alive and well. And let your kids watch that instead of having them watch Tubi.
Betty shot.
Because they need to watch stuff that is educational. And it has such a wide range of educational programs. It still does. Yep.
Oh,
it's still there.
Okay.
It still
PBS
got Channel
still
62.
is.
Shout out to PBS. PBS, it grew me up. So
Yeah.
Grew you up and out. Listen, so
So you what's up with you today, Miles? You got any
got milk?
you got any gas station chronicles for us this morning?
no.
No. No, I don't have no gas in Chronicles.
I'm just glad he made it.
Because I actually I feel
You filled up yesterday?
No, I put $7 in it.
That's better than 5. I'm proud.
Hey, whatever works, whatever gets you to the fro.
That's the one.
But what I learned was if you just fill that boy up, it lasts you longer.
It will.
It does.
And if you treat your gas tank as empty when it's half, you'll always have gas.
there you go. Chanie stop. Like,
that's Chanie-isms.
Yeah.
That's a Chanie-ism right there.
Thank you.
And that's something my mother told me.
You know what? I try to keep it at half a tank because it's stressful when you be looking at it. It's something about when that red gas light come on, but it always does tell you have like 30 miles. That's the
I always watch that.
I got 2011. Don't tell me shit. He be like, nigga, low fuel.
You don't know at what point is low. Just fill up.
I just know it goes at the
Less than 50 miles.
Less than 40.
Okay, yours is 40. That's good. Mine hit me at 50, like low fuel.
I don't know. I just try to keep it like I said.
I'm trying to get at least a 2024 by the end of the year. If not, I'm just.
If not, I mean,
I'm just gonna ride
whatever works. Because I had my 2012 Jeep and I loved it. I rode that mug till the wheels fell off.
Literally.
And then when I couldn't drive it no more, I was like, for real?
You know, one of the best trucks ever made.
What
was that Nitro? I think it was.
I ain't gonna lie. The Nitro and the Jeep look very similar.
Yeah, but
the Patriot. Yeah.
But the Nitro was very inexpensive. It was like $18,000.
It was. And it was good on gas.
And it was good on gas.
It was the same body.
I miss
style
my
and
Patriot.
everything.
It was great on gas.
Yeah, Patriot was cool, but that damn Nitro.
Yeah.
Man.
The best car I had a Nissan. Back in the day, it was a little four-door Nissan.
$4 Nissan.
Where they at?
When I tell you that was the best car, everybody in the family would want to borrow that car. You could fill that mug up for $5. It would last you for 2 weeks.
Well, listen. I'm not gonna go that far, but I would say this.
It would.
My favorite car was a neon. I love neons.
Okay.
Neon.
Because I was
Ford neon.
No damn Ford.
What?
Neon.
Neon.
Neon is a Dodge. Chrysler.
Was it?
Chrysler.
He said, damn, like I cussed. Ford first.
God forbid you ain't know.
No, seriously. So neon had the best sound, natural sound, without having a bang and sound system, and that's how I used to mix a lot of my music.
Paulo did too.
What, in the car?
No, I would mix in the studio, but I bring it to the car to listen to it, and if it sounds good in there. Good morning, Calvin.
It was a hi, Calvin.
Calvin, we need to talk, brother. We gonna talk today. I forgot today starting out. It wasn't PBS. It was 56.
Was it channel?
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
So what was 62 was something?
Channel 62 was WGPR actually. Good morning. What up, Mika?
Are you sure?
Good morning, Mika.
I know it was a Canadian station, really. So
yeah, but they're actually in Detroit.
I like CW 50 too.
Yeah.
CW what?
50.
They don't got. You know what?
No, I said I liked ED past tense.
Oh,
yeah,
you definitely
with the
ED
frog.
special education. CW wasn't the frog.
What?
WB was a frog.
It was WB. What?
You got to know the shiny me.
We have that's why the world is messed up. We have too many damn channels to choose from. Back then it was 2, 4, 7 channel 9, 62, and 56.
That's
that was it. And 20.
My TV 20.
Yeah, so that's my TV 20 had the frog. Me, oh, that was the frog.
I ain't know.
Hello, my
frog.
baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my.
I don't know no frog, but it sound cool.
So what's new, Miles? Tell us something good today.
I'm opening up a comedy. I'm hosting a comedy show at my church.
Wow.
City Praise Cafe.
That's good.
This Sunday at 3:00 or 3:30. I'm hosting. It's Comedy for Cause fundraiser. It's the Get a Life Incorporated presents Comedy for a Cause, and it's for the young boys program that they have, the boys and men program that they have. Teach them how to tie ties, build a wall, fix tires, things like that.
Yeah, shout out to the youth.
Shout out to Pastor Crawford and
I think I donated to them before.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's Mike is the one who brought me to the church.
Yeah.
Shout out to
donated
Mike.
it.
He brought me to the church.
Oh, shout out to
you go
Mike.
there now?
I've been going. I always went there.
Hallelujah.
I've been going.
Hey, y'all. Miles goes to church.
Okay, look, not by the church, to the church. Okay?
Actually, I've been going there since like 2014.
That's what's up.
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
2013.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That is a long time. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with being in the house of the Lord because it ain't nothing like it.
I'm gonna tell you what made that church very special is Dr. Leon Crawford. He was the first person who brought the word to me to where. So when I stepped away from being a minister, I said, you know what? I'm just going to live like this, boom, boom, boom. I ain't going to no church. I ain't going to nothing because the main leaders in the church community piss me off.
Pissed off.
Pissed me off. So I said, you know what? I think this is a bunch of crap. And so I left. And Mike invited me to the church, and I was just standing there because he was talking to me, but he didn't know he was talking to me. You know what I mean? He said, I know sometimes things waver. People make you waver away from the Lord. But I never wavered away from God. I just wavered away from the people.
That church hurt ain't no joke, especially institutions.
Yeah, it wasn't church hurt. There was people hurt. And it was people in charge of leading other people's lives. And that's why I thought it was bullshit.
In church?
No, just... Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it, but I wouldn't call the church hurt. The church don't hurt nobody. Actually, it's your discretion to follow the right or the wrong person. And a lot of times, if you see things that's not right inside of a church, leave.
Yeah, leave.
Yeah, because, I mean, I can name a church real quick, but I ain't going to say it publicly. But sometimes you got to be very... I ain't gonna do it.
But you know what? Sometimes you gotta know to serve. You're serving the creator, and not the creation. And sometimes we get in churches and we put pastors and different people up on pedestals, right. And then when they hurt us, we leave. But sometimes I think they need to be checked.
Yeah,
you know, and in a loving way, because I think that sometimes, now that I'm older and I think a little bit different, I think that sometimes you do need to go and have that conversation with them, because maybe sometimes they don't know why you left or what happened.
And I can agree with you to a certain extent, because a lot of pastors do things to see can they get away with it. Because they'll come back the following week. You know what, congregation? Jeremiah 12:13 says, and you be saying and then he said, so I know when I made my mistakes. And you be like, oh,
I bet you do.
No, you be like, okay, I'm with you, pastor. It's like forgiving. So pastors know how to, if you know the word, you know how to get your way in to bring the people back.
Yeah, but the other thing too is, even when we do whatever, it's always consequences. So everybody always want to talk about everything and forgiveness and all that, which is all true. But there's always consequences to your actions.
Most definitely,
no matter what. So
I can't wait till the Catholics get theirs. I'm sorry. Let's go to the topic of the day. You know what, Ken? What's been going on with you?
Oh, nothing. Just been here at Podcastic, having a good time with my people. And looking forward to spending more time here and creating and getting stuff together.
Yeah. Chanie.
And God is good. God is good.
And all the time, God is good.
All the time.
Yes.
So, Chanie, what's up with you?
Just learning, growing, moving and grooving. I'm here as well.
Me and Chanie had a battle bout yesterday. It was funny.
No, they didn't.
Yes, we did.
Stop telling them to stop.
No.
Cam say stop.
No.
Stop capping.
He saw Karate Kid. That's Mr. Miyagi.
That's why your head look like that. Oh, okay.
Oh, you can't even see how my head is now.
But you know your skin is glowing. He been drinking his little lemon water.
Lemon water.
First of all,
we only got 15 more minutes.
Anyway, I always had good skin. Anyway, so
you do have nice skin. I was looking at you. I was like, "There he glowing over there, looking like a red bean."
A red milk dub.
That red shirt really do bring out the red in your skin, though.
Yeah, it do.
Pigmentation.
Looking like an engine.
Number 9.
I was just about to say, okay.
So let's get to business. Let's go to the topic of the day. We got a special guest coming in. I'm about to do my interview.
Show me coming in hot.
Yeah. Code switching. So I'm gonna let my producer tell y'all exactly what is code switching.
Yes. So code switching is pretty much switching either your speech, your action, behavior based on your environment, whether you're around more modest of people, people of other races, things like that. You kind of conform your attitude to fit into that environment. But I do have a video as well to be able to
let's go to the video.
Explain.
Let's go to the video.
Code switching is really the ways in which Black, Indigenous, and racialized folks, we often change our behavior, our expression, our appearance in ways that comfort the dominant culture, white folks, in exchange for safety, in exchange for job opportunities, for quality service. And it is a structural and societal systemic issue.
I'm done code switching. I'm not doing it anymore. All that, hi,
Hi. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, no. All that, I'm done. Because not only is that shit draining, but it's not the real me. Like, you're telling me I can't be the real me. And my thing is, like, I get why we were doing it, but we shouldn't have to change who we are just because the way others might perceive us. Because that sounds a little, like, you're telling me I can't talk to you in my voice, my normal voice that I was born with, just like this, without you thinking I have an attitude. So I have to say, I have to talk like this, and we have to. No. I don't care who feels intimidated, whatever the case may be. It's just, I'm done. We can still have a decent conversation. I'm not mad or anything. This is just how I talk. This is me. I'm not about to be walking around someone, yeah, no. Why do we do that? Can somebody please tell me why we do that? I need a good explanation.
I want to say the good explanation is I think a lot of times people started doing that because of our parents. Sometimes you saw your parents code switching or, because, when they're at home, they talk one way. And then when they get around Caucasian people, they talk another way. And I say that because my mother is 83 and she lived.
Praise God.
Hallelujah. Thankful every day. But she lived in Ohio and she was like one of the first kids to get integrated in, in schools back then. She needed to know the suite number. Go ahead. And so, we in suite number 103. Love you. We on the air. See you in a minute.
Ari was on air.
So she, so I used to grow up and I used to be looking at my mother like, when she get around certain people, we'll be like, and you be looking and then you talk to your siblings, you be like, do she be? And then you be like, what? Yeah, we thought it was fake. Yeah. We was like, what? And then once I got older, I understood the generation she came from and how she had to be around the Caucasian people. And in that generation, that's how she thought that she had to act. But I ain't gonna say act because my mother is very eloquent of speech. She is, she always talks proper English and everything like that. But sometimes you see she get around some Caucasian people, she's like, yeah. And I'd be like, what? You was just like, talking the blah, blah, blah. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I really always wanted to make sure that I was true no matter what situation I was in.
And now that you bring that up, I'm glad you brought that up. I realize why I am how I am. When I look at where my father's from and I look at where my mother's from, there are two people I never seen act like that. I've been in plenty times my mother went into a supervisor meeting because it was a particular time my mother had to just take me to work. You know what I mean? Especially on those winter days and no school and all that stuff. My mother, she talked to everybody the exact same way.
But that's how you are.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I realized where I got it from.
Yeah.
And I want those people like kissing, like, hello, hey, how you doing, buddy? No, I told my previous landlord, when I first met him, he said, "Oh, so you're a hustler?" I said, "No, I provide opportunity and jobs for other people." I said, "Why when a black man says he do multiple things, he a hustler?" "Oh, don't take it like that. I meant nothing by it." I said, you meant it, what you said. And he said, so, okay, my house. I said, Mr. Dixon, I appreciate it. Thank you. Boom. So, because one thing I've learned is if you don't get your respect off the real, shout out to James Brown movie. His movie, I forgot the name of it, but get up on this or whatever. He said, Frankie Avalon, come on in, Ari. And Frankie Avalon, he was doing the show with Frankie Avalon, and he said, hey James, Mr. Brown's please. He let people like, give me some respect. My name is Mr. Brown. It ain't no James, you don't know me and I'm not your friend. And when I met another one of my people I was in the office from, he said, okay, he said, do you want me to call you Miles or Mr. Dixon? I said, I prefer Mr. Dixon.
At least he asked.
Till I get to know you and we could become cordial, more cordial. Right now, you just want my money because I'm running your space, and I get it. You know what I mean? So I said, but for right now, I appreciate you.
That's the one thing you ain't got a code switch about is that green, honey.
Right. And I said, Mr. What's his name? I said, I call him Mr. Chambers or Mr. Bill. He said, well, if you call me Mr. Bill, can I call you Mr. Miles? I said, sure. So he called me Mr. Miles. But I've learned, as long as you put Mr. on it, what did Cal say? Put up on the screen.
No. He just called you Mr. Miles.
But shout out to Cal. And we put Mr. or Miss in front of people.
Yes. Respect.
It's respect. It has nothing to do with their age or nothing.
Right.
It's just that you recognize what position they hold in your life.
Yes.
And I think also when people were like down south, they felt like that's what they had to do.
Yeah.
Because of their situation, their environment, and also because of the time.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, someone just stepped into the studio. Good morning, good people. Good morning, Ro.
Good morning, Miss Rhea.
Good morning.
Hey. All right, Sherelle Williams say my life story.
Having to code switch. It's her life story.
Well, listen, Sherelle, give us a call at 810. Hold on, wait a minute. Had to take off work today so I can get to listen in. Shut up, Rhea.
Hey, Rhea.
So listen, what I can say, Q like energy. Code, right. I can't remember. I went to Mumford. I'm good at math. Code switching is exhausting. Damn, Cal, you code switch too? Listen,
you subconsciously do it. Exactly. Thank you, Miss. You do.
She said that's not code switching. You don't have to change your voice. Some people they do because if you say it, especially with black women, if they wind up saying it in a particular manner, they're like, she was getting smart with me or she had some type of anger.
Yeah, you get further with using that type of voice in customer service. You get transferred to the right people.
And using the King's English. If you just speak eloquently and use the King's English and not the slang, then you wouldn't have the code switch. Yeah. But sometimes, when you're with your friends and in different environments, you feel more comfortable.
Walter Hughes,
but you don't have to.
He's a right on. I guess that's a Miami University symbol. Good morning, Barbara. God, hey, we got some new people. I like to see.
Good morning, Miss Barbara.
Oh, you know Miss Barbara?
No. Okay. But we acknowledging. Yeah.
Hey, Miss Barbara. I just said Miss.
She look cute in her picture.
That's what I said. Hey, Miss Barbara.
Got her shades on.
That's the wrong number. Y'all give us the call at 810-560-0658.
Oh my goodness.
I'm talking about the style. 810-560-0658. Especially, what's the young lady name? She said she had the code switch. I would love to hear her intake on what's going on.
Miss Sherelle.
Miss Sherelle, if you can, give us a call. 810-560-0658.
We want to hear your stories here on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
She code switching right now.
Yeah. Actually, I'm an actor, so it's not that I code switch. I'm just silly. So whatever I feel like doing, that's what I do. That's called freedom.
So is that a trait of an actor, though?
I think sometimes it is. With that being said, we have a beautiful young lady in the studio this morning. Her name is Aria Moody. She is a beautiful person all around. She is an actor. She is a comedian. She is a writer. She is
a singer.
She is a teacher. She is everything beautiful, actually. So I just want to say, hey,
it's so good to me.
Aria Moody.
And Ari, I'd like to thank you personally for going on Abstract
Beyond Conversation
with Stephanie Fazekas, representing Daddy I Love Him. I really appreciate it. If I get a chance to see her on Daddy I Love Him, and she got other movies that you were into.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. The one that just dropped though is People Movers. Okay. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, that finally came. That's what's up.
It's streaming on Amazon right now.
Okay, it's a comedy, right?
It is hilarious.
Okay, I got to watch it. If you call Daddy I Love Him, I replayed the doctor who had to give Mike the bad news that he's about to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad.
Okay.
We're gonna play that video too.
And what's funny is I even had the code switch for that.
Really?
Because when you think about code switching, you have to think about the fact that there are different areas and different things. In the movie, I'm actually a friend of the family as well. So I couldn't come to him and talk to him like, what up, Mike? You know you about to die.
That part.
Yeah.
I had to go back into doctor mode.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, as your doctor, I need to let you know this.
So that is a great example right there, because you had to be professional and not personal.
Exactly.
And so is code switching really is it really code switching when you're really just changing your hat as far as being professional?
It's code switching, but it's not
code switching. I think it's for different reasons that people have a different idea about it. When they think that you're code switching to be fake, they're upset with you because they're like, oh, so now you too good. Oh, so now you can't act like the rest of us. But when they notice the difference in Aria, the homegirl, and Aria, the professional actress, it doesn't upset people as much because they realize that you're in your lane.
Right. And we gotta not. Yeah, I think that people often want to be like, you being fake. What is fake? Maybe it's fake to you because maybe it's fake to you because you're fake. And so I'm just saying, people can be like, they be like, oh, you're fake. Well, maybe you're fake because that's your mindset, and you're fake. So you know what I'm saying? So you're projecting that onto me when I'm not being fake, just because I'm a multi-dimensional person with many different layers. So therefore I have the right to express myself however I want to express myself. So it's not being fake.
Sound like you've been through a little of that pain. I can tell the way you're talking.
No,
hey, y'all women ain't gonna be humming too much around me like that. I started thinking shit. No, but
you know what I'm saying.
It can happen because here's the thing. People are always seeing you through their lens, not your own. And so if for whatever reason they're used to you being this Cameron, when you evolve and you get to a different place and you start doing different things, that's not the Cameron that they know. And so now they're looking at you like, why you acting like that? It's not that you're acting like anything.
Well, I think those are the people that will fall off.
And those are the people who usually end up falling off because they're staying where they are and they expected you to stay with them, and they didn't realize that you were on a different path, and that's okay.
Yeah, and you gotta love people for who they are and where they at. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't care what you do.
That's the only way you gonna love me, because if you don't love me where I'm at, you better be somewhere else.
Yeah, okay.
Your ass gonna be sitting here looking foolish.
I am who I am, and that's all that I am.
That part.
Popeye said that shit. I am what I am, and so
boy.
Right.
But it's true. I mean, I am who I am. I think that's one of the reasons why I have so many people who speak well of me, because I'm just who I am. I'm not mad at you for being who you are. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to laugh with you. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to be polite to you. I'm going to treat you well. If you treat me poorly, I'll probably just stop speaking to you, but I'm not going to go
overboard. I would go overboard. So listen,
I'm going to take it too far.
I'm going to take it too far. So I would say this, Ari. So you worked on Daddy I Love Him, and I'm just going to bring this up because we are promoting Daddy I Love Him for the next 60 to 90 days. Hella and strong. So I've noticed that people told me, like, on that set, I don't know if he was on the set. Okay, sometimes. That was one of the most emotional sets at that time because Melissa had just passed, and she was actually the producer of it. So during that time, it was a lot of code switching. Like people, I mean, going from an emotional situation. It was one part when everybody was crying on one side of the wall, and they acting and shooting on the other side, and it was weird. But code switching is not always bad.
No, okay?
Code switching just lets you know. Can put you together too. Code switching will let you know where you need to be at. You feel me?
Because there are times when you gotta pull it together and hold it together, and that's not how you really feel in that moment.
But I know damn well a lot of people didn't feel the way they felt. I mean, I didn't even show up till the third day on the set. You feel me? On my own film, because I just didn't want to go through that emotional stuff. But as soon as I pulled up, I was like, oh God.
Yeah, it was really hard because she wasn't in here, and Melissa was everywhere all the time,
right.
On every set, in every production. She had her fingers. She was inserted in everything. She was the one that got the actors together to bring us all together to go on different projects, to encourage us. tell us off when we needed to be told off in love.
Not only did she encourage us, but she always stood up for us too. If people, were working behind the scenes with other actors and things, she would be like, "Hey, listen, that's their job. They're actors. You have to understand this about acting, and you have to understand that about acting." And she bridged the gap for a lot of people because there were times when people who were not actors, who maybe were directors or producers, were like, "What's wrong with them?" And she's like, "Nothing. They acting." You know what I mean?
Right. And then sometimes you got to get to know people, and I'm just really blessed that she took the time to get to know who you were, and she was sensitive to your needs and what you going through, because she was a person you could go to and you could talk to about your personal stuff, and like you said, she would defend you. That's who she was.
And she was real.
That's who she was.
She was so real. She didn't hold
nothing back. Trust me.
She wasn't rude. She was just real. She would flat out say what it was she needed to say.
And that'll be it.
And you were not confused by the time she was done.
Matter of fact.
And then this her
but
thing.
Loving at the same time, which was crazy.
She was like, okay. And you said like that. Oh, you act like you just didn't cuss me out with all 18 letters.
Exactly.
Right.
So code switching is not always a bad thing. Sometimes code switching can get your spirit together. Code switching will make you, because sometimes you have to really act like you care. And then you just got to be the person who you are again. Like me and Chanie was arguing. I'm bringing it again to Chanie. We was debating. That's right. Shout out to Ari Moody on the Rise of God show.
Yes.
So when me and her was going back, she was going back and forth with me. I said, okay, since you feel like that, do this. She's like, fine. And I still don't got it. Anyway.
Okay, you have to stand on business.
Pike said sometimes when true words are spoken, people can't understand. Oh, and that's very true. Like if you work with Chanie's work, you should be like, hey, nigga, pay your note and your car won't get repoed.
Essentially.
I mean, just pay your car note and you don't have to worry about getting repoed. Why is my car repoed? Are you 4 months behind, sir? Shit.
So, at least make an effort.
Right.
Okay. Payment arrangement, something.
But there's a person recently I worked with. I hate her.
Oh, that is too funny.
And definitely Daddy I Love Him on Tubi. Hashtag the first person to tell me they watch Daddy I Love Him will get a gift from us.
I watch Daddy I Love Him.
Okay. You like my gift, please.
If you watch Daddy I Love Him, call in and I'm gonna ask you a question. If you answer the question, you get these Bluetooth eyewear.
Nice.
So I hated her because she would tell you that you ain't shit to your face with smiling. I'm like, listen, I get it. You know what? I love your spirit, but you gotta go. And you be like, what?
It's the delivery makes a difference.
The best worst firing in the world.
Oh my God! But she was a white woman. The whites, they do different things.
They live different because their experience is different.
True.
So they see through a whole nother lens that we don't always have that opportunity to see through.
No, we never have that opportunity.
I think some areas we get a little bit of.
Hey, we got pulled over by a white man.
I think sometimes Caucasian people can be diabolical.
Oh, no, you gonna say Caucasian whites? Go ahead.
White, cracker, Caucasian, they can be diabolical in the way that they handle things, because I think that's essentially where a lot of that mean girl stuff came from. They just really be thinking too hard about how to hurt people in different situations. Like if you work with some people, not because everybody's not the same, on jobs, they'll do things behind your back to try to get you in trouble, and then they'll be like, I'm your best friend, and then they'll take everything that you've confided in them about and flip it around on you to try to make you look bad.
Like
it's
Cam,
crazy.
Like, did you really need to take those peppermints? You be like, you little bitch.
Like why you snitching? So yeah, you gotta. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's nuts because of the way some of them actually think that they're doing the right thing when they do some of that stuff. It's like, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. It's really how it's supposed to work. We're not supposed to take the peppermints out of the candy dish at the front desk. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why they in the dish.
And then when you did you ever replace that whole bag that you took home? Because when you were having the party, did you ever replace them? Because you said you were going to replace them. just call you out and just,
right in front of your support, right in front of your supervisor.
But when it is done to them,
You going to HR?
The kids going to shoot up schools.
oh my gosh, you
going to HR?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe
the
that
kids shoot up schools because they parents at home ignoring them anyway.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that about the peppermints? Why would you tell them that I took the bag? I was going to bring it back.
They have a whole nervous breakdown.
I swear to God. I swear.
And again, it's not all of them because I have some really cool ones in my life who act like normal humans.
That's what's up.
And then there are those who act like privileged humans, and they not the most fun to be around.
They're special.
Ours is pretty simple. Fuck it, I did it. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? I'm gonna go home for the day.
Oh, you took the peppermints? Well, take your ass to CVS and buy some right now.
Right.
Simple. That's the end of it.
Yeah, the worst part is them letting you work your whole shift and then
fire you.
They gonna get their service out of you first.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have to pay you by law, so they gonna get their service.
That make you want to
sad work. Because why you tell me this in the morning? In the morning when I just clocked in.
No, I'm gonna tell you who don't do it. Them damn Rocket Mortgage people.
What does it mean?
You be walking out that bitch to a box.
With your hand and security guard behind you escorting.
When you first get to work. When you first get to work.
They don't get the
they'll have you a meeting. Oh, we need it on Teams. Hey, can we do a little meeting?
That's bad.
And then the security standing behind you like,
hey
Jeff, hey Bob.
Yeah, no, seriously.
What?
They don't care.
Up our office.
Yeah, and you will have somebody in your desk the next day, or if not, the day after that,
or the same
they
day.
They forever hiring though. They turn around.
Listen, when I had an office downtown,
but they can afford to.
They can, but they work their people to death.
Oh,
they
trust me, I know.
They work them to death with that promise, like if you do all these sales by 90 days, and you'll do all those sales and do everything they told you for 90 days, and on the 85th day, they firing you after they done work the hell out of you.
Well, I tell people I had an office right there at the Ford building.
Well, that'll do it.
Good morning, top of the top.
Good morning.
I had an office at the Ford building. I used to say, damn, look at all them slave ships coming in.
That's essentially what it was. They even had you shuttle service.
Yeah, they had you shuttle service. I call them slave ships. And they would just pull up in a whole bunch
just drop everybody off.
And they coming out with their badges and shit.
Yeah.
Then 2 days later, 4 niggas walking out with their
I swear that's really how it is.
One guy at the coffee shop, he said, man, I just got hired Monday. It's Thursday. They fucking fired me, bro.
You just gave me an idea for a comedy script. Don't play with me.
Praise God.
Good.
So
inspiration comes in all forms.
Yes, it does, especially with Dan Gilbert. He's a whole total
That's
package.
a rocket.
Yeah, until LeBron screwed him over. He thought he had him on lock. He bust up on him like.
Listen, one thing for sure: when you think you're smart, you're not.
Yeah,
and that's the whole key thing about life. You need to have smarter people around you. You feel me? When you build teams, that's one thing you're supposed to do. Anybody that's around you and you quote unquote the leader, they need to be smarter than you. They just don't need to be smarter than you in your business. But they have to be the ones, they are the protectors, they are the glue. And that's one thing I told people. I watched Noah, right? Barbara Gay says some copying you because they don't know how to do things on their own. That's very true, Barbara, Miss Barbara. I would say this. They have to. I mean, we all copy each other. However, a certain respect need to go with it. I was watching the movie Noah, and Noah, they was building the ark because the bridge was coming. And the water was coming, and it was another person. He was a dictator, so he was whipping his slaves, right? And all the people who were slaves, like Noah had his son and all that. When his son got weak and couldn't carry it, Noah caught his son and the log. It's like, come on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Right there, it clicked in my head that everybody don't know how to be a leader. Majority of people try to be dictators by holding things over people's heads, but not knowing you are in danger when you do that.
Big time.
Because you don't have the people there to help
nobody's buying into your vision because everybody thinks you're a tyrant and you hate them.
Yep.
No one is trying to do their very best work because everybody's just trying to figure out an exit plan.
Yeah.
You are setting yourself up for failure being a horrible leader.
Yeah.
You always are.
And that's why I tell people, like, man, fuck them. I pay them. I said, listen.
A great leader works side by side, hand in hand with the people that he's leading.
And
that's where you get your respect.
Right. Like the conversation me and Chanie had. Get to work, damn it. Get to work. No, but hold on.
You wouldn't say.
I'm gonna kill all this shit while it's Chanie.
You wouldn't say.
Chanie, did you do that yet?
I got the pamphlet.
It's not a pamphlet.
Carl, you're on the air.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Dorian.
Well, good morning, Dorian.
We on code switching?
Yes.
Oh, I know
What
you.
is that?
I know about to say, Dorian. I know you code switch sometimes.
All the time.
No. First of all, here's the thing.
He got numbers, y'all.
I grew up in Detroit, in Rosedale Grandma Park, right? In the 70s and 80s. So I grew up with white people. So I've never had I grew up in an alternative black person's universe.
Yeah, you did.
Where we had pools. All the white people were poorer than the black people.
Right.
Some of them had some money, but they were on their way out or whatever.
On their way to Crap City.
Losing their house.
Right. So at the end of the day, I never feared them. And then we had some of the best schools in the neighborhood.
True.
In the city.
Edison.
So we were, one thing that was taught to us was reading comprehension.
Thank
I
you.
went to Peter V. Tall, right, on Westwood in Schoolcraft. I went there. That neighborhood was working class white, and it was middle class, upper middle class black. So, like I said before, I never grew up with a fear of them. So, and I know how to talk your language, and because I've been around them so much, because it was a mixed neighborhood.
Right.
You just kind of know their flaws, and you know how they think. You know what they hate on. You know what they don't like. So they don't catch me with the slick talk. No matter. See, white people. They actually, I don't have no issues with none of them. Yeah. Because I resolved certain issues with them. I took about 400 years worth of slavery on my behalf. I don't know.
Right.
And when they were out of pocket on several occasions.
Right.
And you got to see, the only thing that Caucasian only thing he respects is violence. And you you don't have, you know what they expect you to be like?
Angry.
No. You. They want you to be you. Anybody, I'm not going to respect you, anybody, even if they code switch and want to be like, what's up, bro? Shut the fuck up and be white and Caucasian. Stop.
No, that do really grind my gears. Okay.
Because the ones who grew up with us, that is them being them. Because that's how we talk to them. That's how they talk to us. So when they go somewhere else, I actually feel bad for them because some of the white people be looking at them like, "What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
You don't sound like us. You don't act like us."
Well, I never forget when I first started flying Spirit. I got on the plane and the guy said, "Hey, good morning, bro." I said, "I'm not your brother, but how you doing?"
But see, even with that, you got to understand they consume majority. Why these rappers are rich, and they ain't rich by black people. They get rich by white people buying all of that music, right? So for them, they want you. And I listen. I used to drive a cab, and some of my best customers was white folks jumping in. They want to be like wild, and I'm pulling up, listening to some 94.7 because I'm picking your parents up. Right. See, I know your parents. Right. I know what they like. But see, here's the thing: because I grew up in that environment, I absorbed that music too. So I could tell you about the Duran Duran. Right. I could tell you about some stuff from the '80s, and so they would get in the car. And they would be like, "Man, why you not?" You know, and I'd be like, "Ain't nobody code switching, bro. Look, I would literally have a conversation with them about it. Like, no."
But you know, back then, music was more universal anyway. We all were listening to a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Absolutely. The 80s was like the blended era. And I feel like we peaked.
I feel like they tried to segregate us.
Well, I would say this. I learned a lot as a human being in the music industry. When Eminem sold 10 million records, right? It was one of his first albums. I said, nobody I knew bought an Eminem record.
Right.
Not one black person.
But he sold 10 million.
I had it. I had it.
I know because you was code switching. But listen, what I'm trying to tell you. There it is. Dory, I'm just joking. So no, and plus I had a record store. I had 2 record stores, and it was in my main record store was in Gibraltar and Taylor, and I put two Eminem boxes out. I went to the restroom. My partner took over. Before I got back from the bathroom, we sold 42 CDs.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, this is a different. This is a whole different thing."
Yeah, it is.
And see, I learned how to. I never code switch. When white folks come up to me, I just say, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's it. I don't hear nothing else. It ain't nothing else to talk about. I'm like, hey, buddy, I ain't do none of that stuff neither. Yeah. I'm not your fucking buddy. Things have to change when you be in different environments, true, but you just need to be aware.
Right.
You just need to be aware, but I feel like, too, a lot of times, this is in any environment. I'm not going to say you need to talk a certain way while you at work.
No.
You know, not for someone that, like I said before, all of these artists that we love currently and in the past, you consumed as much, if not all, of that culture. So why am I tap dancing around even grandpa? Trust me, they respect that soul sister. Be you. Right. Because I'm not stepping around. Listen, when you would think in my business I would have to go. I'm listening. No, I will listen to what I like. We're gonna have a conversation about whatever, because one, it does help that my situation and how, and they kind of respect that. Like this young brother, he's doing his own thing, and they'll, what I'm saying. They got to meet me at their level. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it like I could tell you no. I don't have to do no business with you. I don't have to fuck with you like that. So ain't no code switching. I am who I am. I'm gonna pull up in my flower shirts and my shorts, looking like I have broke Charlie Sheen, whatever. But I'm never gonna have to put on, because guess what? I could be the same way in the hood.
And I was gonna say I agree with you, but I have to disagree on some levels, because, like I was telling everybody earlier, I'm a teacher. I teach science in certain areas. Even though I can be my goofy, silly, normal self, I have to do it differently, because if I'm at a conference and I'm dealing with teaching science teachers about something, talking to science teachers about something, I can be Aria and have my personality shine through, but I have to use the terms that make most sense to them. You know what I mean? And so,
well, see, you know what they call that technical talk. That's whatever. If you're in a certain field, you have to speak as you are an expert in that field.
Right, and that's a situation where
in that field.
Right, and that's a situation where code switching is not a bad thing.
So same
thing in my classroom. There are certain things that I'll say to my kids, and there's certain things that I will not, because they're children and they will respect me, and therefore I will not play around with them. Under most circumstances, there are some where we're just having fun, but even then they know where is that line that you're not to cross.
Yeah. So is code switching confused with professionalism?
Sometimes it is, but again, it's still considered code switching, because that I would not speak to you the same way I would speak to the children.
Right.
I wouldn't speak to the children the same way I would speak to my professional peers when we're discussing how to fix things for them.
Right. That makes sense.
It's all being professional.
Thank you so much, Dorian.
But I'll leave you with this one thing. I think, too, how we're calling it code switching, I just feel like we should call it something else, because it's just speaking to the environment that you're in.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
opposed to calling it code switching, because
that's too long of a word. That's a sentence you just said. Code switching sound better than doing.
He's trying to make it for what it actually is. Yes.
Listen, I'm trying to take even with the YNs, I'm trying to take the negativity out of things.
You can't take the negativity out. You can't take. We're still saying niggas.
Just leave the Y.
Yeah.
Just leave the Y alone.
Always be negative to me. So.
Yeah, negative. All right, thank you, Dorian.
All right, John.
Thank you so much, Dorian.
So listen to this. I just checked my email real quick. One of my mentors, get paid being you. Greetings. He said, there is an awesome quote by Oscar Wilde. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
Yeah.
So much wisdom is just that one in that one quote. That's true. You get so
shout
much
out to
done
your mentor.
by being. That's why I like Bernie Mac. You know, that's all, bitch. You know what the fuck he doing. He said something when he said something. You know what I mean? America, look at me. Look at me, America.
I'm so glad Miss Arya is laughing at you because I'm like,
no, because I love Bernie Mac.
Yeah, that's what I'm so glad you condoning this because I'm like.
So, hey, you already know what it is. It's 10:30 plus, so we're about to go to a break right quick. We'll be right back. Y'all watching the Rise and Grind Morning Show right here on podcast. Don't forget to go to YouTube and look at Rise and Grind Morning Show. All one word. Hit the subscribe button.
Grind, y'all.
Tell your friend. We'll be right back.
Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcasting, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
His love supersedes mine?
You've been reading my journal? Daddy, that's my private stuff. That's not fair.
Ain't nothing private in this house. You don't pay for nothing, so you don't pay for nothing to be private.
Daddy, I love you. Mama, I love him. Daddy, I love him more than you. I know that you love me, but he does too. So Daddy, please accept him as I do. No, he's not a millionaire, and yes, he has a past, but he loves me honestly, and that's all I ask. He doesn't have a mansion or a house on a hill, but when he tells me he loves me, I know that it is real. Daddy, I love him. Oh yeah. Mama, I love him. Mama, I love him. Daddy, I love him more than you. I know that you love me. I know that you love me. He does too. He does too. Yeah. So Daddy, please accept him as I do. I do. Yeah. Yes, he's got children, if that's a big concern, but he's a good provider, and yes, he's stern. I know that you want me to have the best in life, but if I can't be with him, then my life ain't right. Oh, I love him. Oh, Mama, I love him. Mama, I love him. Daddy, I love him more than you. Oh, yeah. I know that you love me. Oh, I know. But he does too. So Daddy, please accept him as I do. I know that you think you know what's best for me. But maybe God has sent this man to me. I'm God's great design, and I will be just fine. So please, I I love him more than you. I know that you love me. He does too. He does too. So Daddy, please accept him as I do. Daddy, I love him. I love him. Mama, I love him. I love him. Daddy, I love him more than you. More than you. I know that you love me. But he does too. Oh yeah. So Daddy, please accept him as I do.
Daddy, even though I love him, I love you too.
I love you too, baby.
Hey, real quick, I know you guys are enjoying the show. Yes, we are always having a good time on the Rise and Grind show. But please, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, type in Rise and Grind Morning Show. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Therefore, you can always be in tune with our live content and interact with us, be in the comments, and we can keep bringing dope, hot content to you. Now, we're going right back to the show.
Yes. That was a Daddy I Love Him theme song, actually, from the movie Daddy I Love Him. Sung by the beautiful Janice. She go by the name of Jody now. Janice been in the family since 2013, so she been with over a decade.
I love her voice.
Oh my God, she was the lead in Daddy I Love Him, the play.
Okay.
Nice.
And shout out to her. Jillian Blackwell, yeah.
I love Jillian. She's
not Blackwell, it's Blackhead, I think.
Blackhead.
Craighead. Yeah, Jillian Black.
Jillian Craighead, you.
Right. And we also had the young lady from Brownstone, what's her name, Letitia.
I forgot her.
Yeah, she the one nobody really.
And it's funny because I do know. I do know Jillian Blackwell.
I know Blackwell.
I know her too.
She was Jillian Blackwell was in my business conference. Doc Tall glass of water.
No, Lord, they
and she's happily married.
I know. Shut up! Don't bring up.
He's like, you ain't got to rub it in.
She is the mother of a very athletic son. Yeah, she just.
I think she got 3 boys.
She does have 3 boys, and she just started a podcast about sports.
Mom and somebody. So listen. Hey, Jillian, with your fine self.
She is beautiful,
oh
smart,
my God.
and she is the sweetest person. She's a really
good morning.
Good morning.
Rhonda.
Hey, Rhonda.
Country. What country is that? Let's know what country you're from, Rhonda.
Is that Belize?
It look
like it's something overseas.
It's definitely something overseas, unless she belongs to a sports team. So listen, just saying.
Rugby for women.
That'd be funny. I like to see them tackles. Listen,
he's so.
What?
You just so mild.
Oh, don't forget November 1st. I'm doing my first stand-up show.
Yes, and we will be there. Good morning, Ricky Stock.
What up, Ricky? Hey, Ricky.
So you said you gonna do a what?
Stand-up.
His first stand-up.
Yeah, my first stand-up. But I'm hosting the comedy show this Sunday. So y'all come check out. I might do some material, but it's in the church, so y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm just gonna.
You know better.
I'm gonna come up there like bleep. I'm gonna get this out the way, right? Bleep, 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 bleep.
Lord, put a guard over his mouth, Lord. Lord
put a guard
over him, Lord.
Okay, put a guard over his mouth.
A guard.
Oh, you said a guard. Okay, I'm with that. You said a Muslim.
Yes.
Oh.
He's gonna make it quite difficult for him to host if he got a
after the muzzle, right?
Well,
now let's he have the one like Hannibal Lecter where he can talk through it.
That's funny. You do that pretty well. That's why you got a man. Listen, he can take it like that too. So listen, at the same time, how you doing, Clarice?
Touch me, Lord Jesus.
So listen, dealing with code switching is kind of difficult. Even I done lost clients because I ain't code switch. I done lost a good client because my nails was dirty. I had unmanicured hands. And she was like, and it was an $18,000 job.
So how can you code switch? You talk the way that you talk. So how did they want you to start talking like you in the palace? Hello, my name is Can I help you out here?
I'll be good from now on, Mr. Cates. They just wanted me to. I mean, most times until they find out my position,
because they don't know that you the owner.
They just think you a regular person.
They think I'm, and they be like, "Well, you just talk like you just don't care." I said, "No, man." She said, "I would like to speak to your manager." I said, "Okay, I'll be right back." I went and got the hat. How you doing?
You so extra.
Because that's disrespectful.
It
like,
is, but you extra. Now you went to get the hat. you costume switch.
And then she's like, "What you mean?" I mean, I'm the manager. Right. I had to bring a different hat.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark. I had to bring a different hat into the room. I said, "Ma'am, nothing is going to be any different. The price is what it is. Yeah, I can't go off of that price because now I'll be paying you to do business with me." She was like, "Well, I just think all things are negotiable." I said, "Well, we break our prices down to nothing is negotiable."
Did she take her shoe off so you could see her pretty toes?
No, but that wasn't one with the manager. Oh. She was actually she was a supervisor for who Queasy Q Lewis worked with now, the Smart System. You know what I mean? I was going to assist on their website. And she's like, "Miles, no lie, there's no way in the world I can hire someone who don't take care of their hands."
Wow.
I said, "Wow, because you can't take care of your hands, you can't take care of my business." It's sad to say people code switch because of even...
How did she know that you wasn't working on your car that day?
No, my hands wasn't dirty. I'm a manicure. She just looked at it like, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to take care of my business.
That's reaching.
Yeah, I mean, it's always reaching. Listen, when you dealing with other cultures, they find a way not to do it.
Not to give you the money.
When you're dealing with your own culture.
That's true.
That is unhealed and doesn't understand that they are perpetuating self-hatred. They find real serious ways.
But see, Aria, I believe you because I can tell you got a lot of white friends. And plus when you get invited over people's crib, they're like, "Hey, Mom, Aria's coming over." They're like, "Great."
You can tell that her friends, people did love her. Like, yeah.
And then her black ass show, they're like, "Hey, who's Aria? Where she's at?"
She's right there, Mom.
Okay. Oh, I thought her name was Keisha. Anyway,
Pamela, Angela, Renee, we love you.
You're right.
From around the way.
But it's crazy though. But I get what you're saying. Like, I wound up getting white friends through business, and them were some of my best business people. You know what I mean? They came in, paid up front. Boom. Yeah. You have it by Friday. Okay, I'll give you till Monday.
So I think that's one way we do wish that black people would code switch when it come to paying bills.
Ooh, code switch, paying like white folks. I ain't never had.
Like you pay white folks and we can.
Yeah, because they'll pay white people, but then they don't want to pay their own people, man, and it's crazy.
I have people. I say, listen. Especially nowadays, they're like, I mean, you won't have to put no deposit down. Yes, a deposit. You need to pay this up front. I mean,
respectfully, because you may change your mind.
Well, not only that, what happened? Oh, I went through that whole change of mind shit.
Yeah, and then when I'm out. I gotta eat it up. Exactly.
It was 30. It was 30.
That's how I run my travel business now. If people call me and they want to go on a trip, and mind you, I do group and family travel now for that very reason. People call you, they want to go on a trip. They tell you where they want to go, how much money they want to spend. Once you like pull their teeth, they finally tell you how much money they want to spend. I sit down, I do the research, I do all this work. It takes hours putting this stuff together because I create experiences. I don't just create a trip. And then I do all of this and you go, you know what, that's okay. They got it cheaper on so-and-so.
But now
you expect to not have to pay me for all of the work that I've done.
So
my time wasted.
When I was doing travel for people, what I do, I said, you have to give me $45 up front in order for the research to begin, and now apply it towards your bill.
Yep, that's my goal now.
Because what happens is do all that, right? I became a travel agent so I can get cheaper prices when I travel.
Right.
Right, because y'all just don't
And sometimes I get it for free because they want to impress me.
Yes.
So I can bring more people. But I do, because I do group travel, I used to be.
Yeah.
I do $25 per person.
Okay.
Just to get started.
Just the deposit. Okay.
So if it's 5 of y'all, you getting ready to give me a little bit of change.
Right.
Why? Because you want me to put my time in, and then you want to change your mind.
And time can never be priced. Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Time is money.
Travel agents is the middle salesman, right?
Yeah.
And I told my friend this the other day, I said, the days of the salesman is dying rapidly, because the minute you tell them $350, they Google it, they see it for $279, but they didn't do the whole checkout process.
Yeah.
So by the time they finish doing the checkout, it's $429.
Exactly.
Now they don't have the heart and to call her back and say, you know what, we'll just go with you. You know what I mean?
Or even better, the ones that I can't say I love this, but it was a learning moment. It was a teachable moment. Mm-hmm. I had a young lady who had me do all of this stuff. I put this entire trip together. I'm all ready to go. She found it somewhere for $200 cheaper, right? She signed up with that. But then the second the problems happened, she's calling me. I was like, no, ma'am.
No, this is
I'm
not
your
my
travel
problem.
agent.
Absolutely, no, ma'am.
Exactly.
These are your issues. You took off and you planned this trip on your own.
Respectfully.
I don't have anything to do with that at this point. But had she booked it through me, none of those problems would have been her problems, because I would have handled it while she was on her vacation.
Yeah, see.
And that's the benefit.
You have to pay for convenience sometimes.
And that's when they code switch. Hey, Miss Moody.
No, for real.
I was just thinking, like, I know I'm on my trip right now, but they lost my luggage and I don't have no
clue. As travel agents, we have direct contact with managers over airlines and hotels and things like that the normal human doesn't have.
That's clutch.
And so when you call me and say, hey, I'm supposed to be in a non-smoking king size bed and I'm in a room that ain't even got a window, I'm immediately on the phone with the manager.
Exactly.
You can't get
something now, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can do that, but you can't, because I'm the travel agent. So, it's about the experience and not necessarily.
And it's about
always
respect.
Being cheap.
And it's about respect.
Get what you pay for.
Don't ask me something and you don't.
And
time is money.
Baby.
Time is money. And I'm gonna tell you, because I love to travel. If you have a good travel agent, that is everything.
Yes.
Because it helps
travel
you.
service. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all
So what is the name of your travel agency? Why don't you give us that information?
It is called Traveling Moods Travel Service.
Okay.
Traveling Moods Travel Services. Is it .com or?
When you're in a traveling mood, let us help you bring your dreams to life.
Okay.
Like GE.
Come on.
All right.
Yeah, Traveling Moods Travel Service.
That's what's up. I like that.
I got a question, since you're a travel agent. One of my favorite spots when I travel, especially going to Miami, I love a place called it's a boutique hotel. It's called Citizen M. Have you ever booked anybody at Citizen M?
I have not. The trip that I was gonna book, she decided she could find it cheaper on her own.
Okay. So what I've learned was, I at one point from June 2019 to February 2020, I was on 68 flights. That's how much I traveled. I mean, I was up, out, and in there. You hear me? Because I found out about Spirit.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
When then I got my points.
Hallelujah.
When they came up with the point system,
And they got the big butt seat.
And the big seat.
Oh, they do. That's good. That's good.
And when you listen to Jeremiah 2:20, Jeremiah, I came to the conclusion the Spirit was the way to ride, because God was with you. Okay.
Okay. On the flight in His Spirit.
You got God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. That's how I knew God was with us. When I found out I was able to get flights, this would cost me $18.
Round trip or one way?
No, one way.
One way.
See, the best way to fly for me is one way.
What's that? $36?
Yeah, that's true.
Round trip.
Do you? I would get too nervous. I
Why?
would feel like it wouldn't be ways to give. I have to do a round trip. I have to.
No.
Just for the security of knowing I'm gonna come
You can still do a round trip.
No, you do a round trip. You do it.
Oh, so you do it at that time?
Yeah, you do it.
Okay, you don't have to wait until you're there to do one and come back. Okay.
You do everything. You do all your travel agent arrangements at once.
And I check my return time due to how much it costs, right?
Okay, because I'm like,
so in 2020, they had $20 flights.
I know, because I was gone. I wasn't here. Everybody was talking about they wasn't going nowhere because of COVID. I was on that plane with my mask on, like, here I come, ATL.
Okay.
Oh, and the ATL still cheap. Them flights like $28. So listen, I would fly from Detroit to Atlanta. I hate staying in Atlanta, so I would just stay till the night. And I'd take a night flight out, head to New Orleans to Houston, Houston to Vegas. And under $100.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm out of this bitch. I'm sorry. Because I learned if I go from Detroit to LA, flights is like $100. No, I could travel and hit these.
And stay for a day.
He said, good luck. Everyone be safe.
Absolutely.
Steve Buckaloo looked like he never
Thank
flew.
you, Mr. Buckaloo.
Buckaloo looked like he never flew Spirit one day in his life.
I swear.
He looked like he never flew Spirit one
Like,
day.
I'm never going to. You see, he said be safe.
Okay.
Like, I ain't getting no Spirit.
Now, my mother is a Delta. She will not fly
I do like
anything
Delta.
but Delta. I was like, Mom, I can find her. She's like, I don't care how much it costs.
Shout out to that cabin.
Delta. I said,
Listen.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of people like that.
I know a lot of
They
people like
only
that.
fly Delta. And they
Why do
only
we
fly
feel so
business class.
safe
And
with
they,
Delta?
I don't
though?
see
Who
why
made that a
they
thing?
had the most crashes out of every airline.
Have they?
Yes. Number one, Spirit.
And the seats
well,
are
they have so many
more
flights.
expensive.
That's part of it, too.
Okay.
They have gazillions of flights constantly, and they're going
What?
everywhere.
And they got the most canceled flights.
Yeah. I haven't flew in a while. It's been a
United
few years.
and American still got them beat on that.
Really?
American is horrible.
And
Canceling flights.
when I was doing travel, Spirit had the most on-time flights, but not on-time connected flights.
No, not at all.
Not connected.
The connections be jacked.
Their connections be jacked. However, but as far as leaving on time and arriving on time, boom.
Bam. Spot on.
I love their non-stop flights. I never flew over.
Yeah, I've never had the layover. I did like always a nonstop.
I always try to get a nonstop. I don't have no patience to be waiting.
You know what? I don't care about layovers because generally, it depends on how long of a layover.
Yeah. Because
generally, it gives me a chance to explore somewhere else while I'm waiting on my next flight.
Yeah, a good 2 for 1. I ain't mad at it.
That's called proper planning.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I had to have a layover in Philly, I'm good. I got family there. You know, that's what I did.
You just gonna stay.
When I went to Baltimore, that's what I did. I just flew into Philly, and
Someone said I'm on the train. I'm like, well, I'm on the road.
I took the train to Baltimore. It was cheaper.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm on the road. I'll see you in 8 hours.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't no damn 8 hours.
So how long was the ride on the train from Philly
to Baltimore? 2 hours. 2.5.
That's not bad.
And so when I went last time, I went to Philly. I went to Philly, Baltimore, Delaware, DC. And the
Delaware.
And the DC trains rides was only $11.
Oh, that's real nice.
Have you ever been to Martha's Vineyard? Everybody should go to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah,
I think that's what I need to do.
I'm
I
straight.
like it a lot.
I've heard that it's absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I've sent people there. I've never been.
I don't like beautiful shit. You know why? Because those be the targets to get fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to
No,
you.
they don't. It's just a nice little tourist town.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
my mother and I went, and we had a beautiful time. I would go back.
I would definitely be the.
They won't let you buy no property on that island, though.
Of course not. It's all taken up.
Of course.
No, they got some, but they be real selective as they.
Exactly.
Of course.
You know, they be code switching. We got property here, and as soon as they see you, they be like, "Oh no, for the black people."
Oh, I thought you said Obama's. I think you said your mama. But seriously, Obama's they got a spot on Martha Vineyard.
That's funny how people code switch with status. You know, if they find out, they'll treat you like dirt, but they find out you got some money. Your bank account says what? Oh, okay, no problem.
Exactly. Because I honestly feel like at this point, almost more than it is about race is about green.
Yes, all that.
You know what I'm saying? How much money do you have? How much money can I get from you? How much money can I get in collaboration with you? If you don't have any of those, I don't care about you.
One place I tell anybody who's black and who's in business, they need to go to the Power Networking Conference. It's going to be in Atlanta this year from the 6th through the 8th.
Of what month?
Of November. Oh. And it's one of the most powerful conferences you ever gonna go to. You be involved with hundreds of multi-millionaires, black millionaires.
I think I need to go.
And you said November
6th through the 8th.
I'll be getting that information after we get off air.
This code name was PNC before PNC Bank was popular, but it's the Power Networking Conference. George Fraser, that's Fraser, is the ringleader and creator of it all. Very incredible person, and I've been a part of it. I even broadcasted live from there. And
are you going this year?
I'm doing my best. I want us to go.
How much is it? Well, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. But it's like anywhere between $900 to $1,500, $900 to $1,200. But we are media, so we got privileges.
Hey,
and I tell any what's wrong?
The number,
the price.
Yeah.
So here's what I tell anybody in media. Shout out to Brother Bedford. Brother Bedford had a vision, and he started getting into speaking. Mm-hmm. I seen him raise $98,000 in 46 minutes. And it was just because of the things he was offering. He said, let me be your coach. So I'm starting off at $79.99 for the year. And he was talking. One guy raised his hand like, cool. He said, Miles, get his tag. I said, cool. Got his tag. He was like, okay, so I guess that deal is not good enough for y'all. He said, how about I do $6,000 even? 4 people rose his hand. He said, Miles, grab that stuff. He said, Miles, let me talk to you for a minute. Let me step out. Hold on, I'm going to talk to Miles because I want to make sure he gets this right. He said, watch how I kill him. He came back in. That's all he said to me. He said, that was just brief. I just had to let him know. He said, Miles basically told me that it'd be so much easier for everybody if they really just pay attention. So I'm going to give y'all some. So he started writing on the board, tell him, you get me for $4,800. Every hand in that room rose.
So he did the boop boop. Because the 6,000, the 79, they like, shoot, he did 4,800.
4,800.
Mastermind.
And I sat up there and said, ooh, shit. And when I say he killed everybody in that room, he said, now I only can have a certain amount of people. And what he did, he said, Miles, you can do the same thing. Your problem is you don't have great time management. He said, if I did that in one day, imagine what you do in a month. And I was like, huh? He said, you got way more skills than me. He said, you can teach people so much stuff. He said, I seen you teach. He seen me teach Melissa. He seen me teach Nate. He seen me teach a lot of different people. He said, and everybody you taught, impeccable. He said, so what I'm trying to show you is that you are outgrown graphics. Mm-hmm. Get into the intellect. And I was like, and I never knew what he meant until I seen him do that. Mm. And he's offering a phone call, a personal phone call, twice a year. Mm-hmm. You know, so if he divided, he could do 180 people. Mm. He started making $695,000 every year, easy, just by signups. Mm. Remember, I said you have a voice.
And I'm gonna say this to you. I'm gonna talk to you after the show. But you like really are ministering to me right now because yeah. I mean, but I'm gonna tell you, you've been in the casino business. Take that knowledge, sell a book, say how to deal life better. I'm just saying, like, these are things
that amazing.
That and also in my outside of, you know, I minister to people, period. I was in ministry for many, many years, and I really need to write something about that because my heart is I have a heart for people, and I love people, and I want people to be well. I want people to prosper, and I want people to figure it out. Well, and it takes time to figure it out because I'm figuring it out, but as I'm figuring it out, I'm helping other people figure it out too.
So even Jesus asked the question, why have thou forsaken me? So that will always occur. You cannot reach the people if you're not the example.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. No matter how much you minister to people, I swear to God, I really appreciate it, but I still love him. So we do, the people who know how to minister, we have to learn our way to minister ourselves first.
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling you, if it's things in life that make us think, that when you go down the airplane, who you supposed to put the mask on first? Yourself. And so we got to really think about that. So the thing
we
about
will talk.
Brother Bedford have really shown me, like,
Brother Bedford. Where can we find him?
Go to brotherbedford.com. And I mean, he got, and he's a great person. He like to focus on only black folks. Mm-hmm. He do the Malcolm X. How can a white woman like me help you? You cannot. and so, you know, don't get me wrong. Could he make more money? I was with him with Les Brown. Les Brown said, I seen Les Brown walking at DMC Hospital when they was building a new one, right? Mm-hmm. Before that was even built, he was across the street. He said, "Good morning." All the doctors like, hey. See, that's why your patient's dying.
Ooh.
He said, because if you ain't the life when you walk in the room, they are bound to die.
Oh.
He said that like flat out. And so,
because you're their doctor, you're there to bring them up, and you coming in there bringing them down.
So at one point in time, in like 99 or 98, doctors in the DMC, I don't know if you know, they start wearing smiley faces on it. It's crazy because the mental is something different. So I learned from Brother Bedford, and one of my main mentors, his name is Andrew Morrison. Now, one of how I call Pops, his name is Andrew Wallace, but Andrew Morrison, he's from New York. And I had 15 people at this conference. And I ain't going as a media. This conference costs $15.99, right? Mm-hmm. And I paid for everybody to go, right? And I was walking. He said, "Man, what's your name?" He said, "I said, Miles Dixon." He said, "Let me talk to you." So we kicking it. He said, "My name is Andrew Morrison." He kicking. He said, "I'm here because I was on Oprah Winfrey. I bet my friend that I would become a millionaire by the time I'm 30. He said, and on my birthday, I became a millionaire. Right? He said, if you ever seen remember Cosmopolitan magazine? Mm-hmm. So remember he used to come with a CD? Mm-hmm. What he did, he negotiated he leveraged his relationship with music business people and went to Cosmopolitan and said, listen, you need black people to start reading this. So they started putting music inside of the magazine in the center. But he negotiated that deal. He's a very phenomenal person. Black Enterprise announced him as the marketing guru. Like 9 years. Oh yeah, okay. So we about to get out here, but I had to tell you this because one reason why I say this is because he showed me. He said, "Miles, if you get me there, I can show you how to make money." I said, "Okay." He said, "Just pay for my room." He in New York. He flew in. He killed it. I had like 48 people there. He sold them on a book for $70. $70, and the book was no more than 28 pages.
Wow.
And he said, everybody want to learn, but everybody ain't willing to teach. So if you write down 21 things, so I wrote a book called 21 Questions You Need to Ask to Improve Your Business in 90 Days. I sold like 2,400 of those books.
Wow.
Because everybody want to learn, they just don't want to learn in front of you and her. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm about to get out of here. Hey, y'all, you know it's the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Thank you, Aria, for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. Don't forget to watch Daddy, I Love Him.
Thank you.
And we also need to know, where can we find you?
It's so easy to find me. TikTok, Instagram, Aria the Songbird, and bird is spelled with a Y. So AriaTheSongbyRD. Okay. And of course, if you're on Facebook, that's even easier because then it's just Aria Moody.
Okay. Hey. That's what's up. Cameron, where can they find you?
Here.
I know that's right.
And
okay,
Cameron Kimball Cameron Kimball on Facebook and Cameron Elaine on
How you spell your name? Because most people slow.
My name is spelled CAMARYN. Okay. Cameron is spelled different for a reason. But I'll be here.
We get into that later. Kimball.
Rise and grind.
Ooh. Okay, never mind. All right, then, Chanie, thank you for being on the ones too. She didn't want to bring us to you on the Rise the Ground Morning Show right here on podcast. We'll be right back tomorrow morning.
Because we's family here.
We family here. All right, peace. All right.